And there we go. Rossu has just started. Series 1 is a surprisingly complicated room. The best way to do Series 1 is to hold, without a moon, other than a moonfall, is to hold right and jump as you're coming down the elevator, so you jump in the very first frame of the game. Series is a bit tricky because you have to door check each room. It's possible to just walk into each room, into each door, but then you won't have as much run speed going into the next room. And that's a completely valid strat for learning the game. But you see what Rossu is doing? Rossu is actually stopping a little bit in front of the door so you can get full run speed. And both of these players are going to be damaging themselves down on Series Ridley. This is the fastest way. You can shoot Ridley 100 times. But that's slow. And here we have a beautiful sync. And let's see, get your guesses in chat for what series escape time they're gonna get. Both of them are gonna get. We are gonna get a 45 for Rossu and a 44 for Waldo. And let's hope for a really good Steam RNG for both of them. Unfortunately, Waldo missing a jump there. Rossu gets a tile boost. Rossu gets a tile boost. That is absolutely amazing. That tile boost is so swag and so pretty. Rossu with a 45.67. That is an amazing, amazing series time. Rossu has been practicing a lot. Rossu has been practicing a lot. That was a really, really, really good time. We wonder if that's a series PB for Rossu. That could easily be a series PB. We don't know what Rossu's actual PB is. And both players are heading onto the planet now. We're gonna find out soon whether either of them are using Moonfall. Rossu successfully shooting the door open in the landing site and running through it without bonking. That is a surprisingly difficult thing to do. The parlor down back is pretty difficult to get always. It looks like Rossu is not going to be using Moonwalk. Going to be using appropriate fall speed. And Waldo has Moonwalk enabled. Waldo tries for the parlor Moonfall. Unfortunately misses it, but the attempt is awesome. And Waldo is going to gain 4 seconds. Waldo is going to gain 4 seconds on Rossu in the climb because of Moonfall. Always super swag. So coming up is going to be one of the first interesting room strat divergences. The climb going up the climb. We don't know who uses the Behemoth climb and who uses the classic climb. But we will find out soon. Rossu coming up on the reverse pit room. The reverse pit room is a very tricky room. It's one of those rooms that if you want to be impressed, if you want to try and attempt speedrunning this game, just try and jump across the pit room. It's much harder than it looks, and it gives you a huge appreciation for what these runners are doing. And Rossu just getting it. Rossu just nailing it. These jumps are not easy. It looks like Rossu's going to be going for the Behemoth climb. It'll be interesting to see what Waldo does. And we also have a Behemoth climb from Waldo. Those parlor wall jumps are trolling Rossu. Nothing is free in Super Metroid. Rossu with a super short hop mock ball there. So the reason for doing a super short hop mock ball is that you move more slowly horizontally when you're in the air. And Rossu went for a super short hop mock ball that we really only see, but this is the mock ball that we see Zost going for, and don't really see anybody else going for. And it just saves little bits of frames here and there. Rossu getting an immediate BT jump back. That is a technique that we do not know, but really want to learn. If you're on the right pixel, BT will jump back immediately, and that saves time. Rossu's techniques are really impressing us this run. Rossu's technique in the Rossu's technique going into there. Rossu is using some really good tech, and you can definitely see that he's been practicing a lot. A real prodigy. So unfortunately, the missile hits the door rather than the waiver, so Rossu's gonna have to bonk the waiver, or jump over it. And bonking the waiver costs only about 20 frames, so it's not the end of the world. In the green pirate shaft, there's an absolutely beautiful tech that you can do. You can shoot the pirates, even with just the pea shooter, and the pirate will put its claw up in front of its face, and that will mean that you bonk the pirate sooner, which gets you more run speed, which saves about 12 frames in the room. So it's a really beautiful, absurd optimization for the room. And it's one of the techs that we really like. Rossu coming up in his early supers mock ball. We'll see if Rossu goes for the waiver deboost, or if Rossu just goes for the ledge grab. Rossu is going for the deboost. Very nice, he got it. And Waldo is coming up on his early supers mock ball. This is one of the most important techs in the game. Skips having to fight Spospo. And we'll see if Waldo manages to get it. And Waldo does manage to get it. That is always important to get. Always very sad when you miss it and lose a bunch of time. Waldo is skipping the waiver drop and going for a very short hop directly onto the platform. We have been super impressed by both of these players. Rossu picking up charge. Waldo does manage to get the farm there, the Rio farm. Rossu coming up in the green hill mock ball. This is always tricky. Rossu beautifully waiting until the last second to break spin. You move faster horizontally in spin jump than in non-spin jump. So Rossu is going to stay in spin until the end, until he lands there, and that allows you to shoot at the first frame, and it also allows you to maintain your horizontal momentum with the charge shot, which means that you can kill a cack a frame or two earlier. Rossu going for quick drops in the red tower. Rossu's play has been really impressive. Rossu is really going for it. And you can tell that Rossu has just spent a lot of time learning really hard strats. Waldo unfortunately having some trouble in the green hill zone. Waldo's HP is fine, but also a bit scary. That is a very good question. Let's find out. We don't actually see Rossu's PBs in the leaderboard, which is surprising. We wonder if he had a name change recently. So it looks like Waldo is going to get Spazer before Waldo is going to get Spazer before going to Kraid. That is getting Spazer before Kraid is a very nice safety. Rossu with a beautiful, beautiful 2-missile quick kill. Rossu with a 10-15 Varia. 10-15 Varia. That is a really, really, really good time. Rossu is definitely on sub 50 pace right now. Rossu is having a really, really good run. And we'd really like to know what Rossu, and we'd be really curious to know what Rossu's PB is if anybody knows. $50.59. Yeah, wow. Wow, Rossu is definitely on PB pace right now. Rossu is just having an amazing run. So Waldo has 30 health to Waldo has 30 health to spare before going to health bomb range, and so Rossu has 7 health. So Rossu can't if Waldo gets hit, then Waldo is going to be in health bomb range, and that's going to be really unfortunate. So hopefully Waldo gets a quick kill, because this is actually really important right now. Is Waldo going for the missile quick kill? No, Waldo's going for the charge quick kill. Yes, yes, Waldo manages to get it. We were a bit scared because there was only 1 missile shot in the first jump, but Waldo manages to get it, and Waldo is safe. Waldo is safe. Now we're almost certainly definitely gonna see Waldo do a 4 tank run as well. Getting an E-tank is definitely a nice race safety, and even the very top runners will get Kraid tank for a 4 tank run in race settings. Waldo is playing very well. We're really cheering for Rossu to get a race sub 50. That would be so hype. Unfortunately, Business Center trolling a bit. Okay, Rossu's movement has been so impressive. Let's see if Rossu manages to get the cathedral strat down. Wow, that was a really good cathedral. That was a really good cathedral. And meanwhile, Waldo is making his way towards the business center. Rossu got the mouth ball. Waldo manages to jump across. Very nice back cave from Rossu. Rossu has just been nailing trick after trick after trick. This is such a good run from Rossu. A 1342 speed with Kraid E-Tank. That is really good. Unfortunately, Waldo missing the kill on the Nova, so Waldo's gonna have to morph under and kill the Nova before taking the missiles and leaving. Which always feels really bad to miss. Rossu going for a 4 farm. Each farm is about 2 seconds, so that is an unfortunate 4-second time loss. Yes, they are both doing KPDR. We would expect almost everybody. This tournament is only for runners with over 50 times, so we would expect almost everybody to be doing Kraid first in this tournament. We're sure that there's going to be some people who do Fantoon first, but almost everybody is going to be doing Kraid first. Since the general recommendation is to not start doing Fantoon first. until you're way below sub 50. Unless you just want to do it for fun. Yeah, so even John is gonna be doing that. Oh no, Rossu misses this jump. That's especially sad because of the pace that Rossu is on. Spazer is allowing... Oh, unfortunately Waldo misses the Bubble Mountain wall jump. Bubble Mountain is one of the hardest rooms in the game to get consistently. It's just one of the really, really, really trolly rooms. There's no way. KPDR is absolutely not a boring route. There's so much movement in the route. So KPDR is very, very exciting just because there's it's so technical. So many of the rooms are the same in KPDR as PRDK, or PRK. New route. Let's just call it new route. Lava Dive is a very terrifying room in new route. Rush is going for the red tower hero shot. Going for the double wall jump strat. So there's two ways to do the red tower hero shot. One way is to get the shot past the fourth ripper before while it's still off screen, which means that you don't go above a certain height until after the blocks break. And the other option is to wall jump up fast enough that you can get the ripper to move out of the way before you have to get past it. Unfortunately, Russ is getting eaten by a Vile Plume. Waldo is making his way out of the Ellen escape. Rossu with a very, very nice D-base high out of the Alpha P room. And Rossu does manage to kill the first cack and pick up the drop fast enough so he can get a health drop from the second cack. Rossu had 4 supers, so if Rossu had killed both cacks before picking up a drop, Rossu would have gotten 2 peep drops, which is less than ideal. But if you pick up the super drop before you get the second cack drop, then you can actually get a health drop from the second one, which is really nice. Rossu switched supers. Rossu looks like he's going for Ocean Fly. Oh no! Oh no! So right there, that right there is why Ocean Fly is so risky to go for. Ocean Fly saves about 2 seconds if done completely optimally. And it costs a super the way that Rossu is doing it, so it's definitely a strat that you can go for. Okay, so we see the first route divergence. That is not Ocean Fly, that is Moat Sink. So, oh, unfortunate. These sparks are giving Rossu a lot of trouble. Oh no. That was such a good start to Rossu's run too. So our first big major route divergence is that Waldo is going for early ice. And if you aren't X factoring, if you're not X factoring, early ice is definitely the way to go. If you are X factoring, early ice costs about 5 seconds, which is the time to unequip ice and then re-equip ice later. But if you aren't going to be X factoring, aren't going to be unequipping ice, then we think it's always best to go for early ice. Because if you aren't X factoring, the extra damage from ice will be really, really nice at Dragon and Botwound, and at Fantoon. Plus you have ice for the red tower, which will make that faster. It looks like Rossu's going to go for proper X Factors on Phantoon. Rossu has plenty of health, so should not have any problems with... So hopefully will not have any problems. That was really close. So that was very close to missing that. The reason why that ended up being so close was Rossu did a turnaround. Rossu did a turnaround while charging, and you don't charge during turnarounds. So that delays your charge by about 6 frames. So Rossu got a very rare left mid second round pattern, and unfortunately misses the Doppler at the end. If you do a proper X Factor like that, you do have to finish with a Doppler. It is vanilla. It is the way that you're supposed to play it in vanilla, but in the any percent run, it's very rarely seen early ice. Early ice is a beginner strat for any percent, and it's a very good beginner strat. It's one of the beginner strats that will save you a lot. That saves you a lot of time, and costs you only about 5 seconds, and that's only if you're X factoring. So it's a very good beginner strat. So Waldo getting a double power bomb drop there. Normally that'd be super exciting, but in a race setting, the double power bomb drop means 40 less health, and it's always a bit terrifying. We're expecting Rossu. Yeah, Rossu's setting up for a nice Attic Spark. Let's see if Rossu manages to get it. Waldo successfully gets the Waldo gets across the moat. So Rossu looked at his health and decided not to decided not to Attic Spark, which is a great race safety. Waldo bonks early in the Ocean Spark. That's a very good health preservation strat. We don't know if it was intentional, but it'll save a lot of health, and it's an efficient way to save health. And gets another big health there. We're also getting a lot of super drops here. It looks like Rossu is not going to be going for Bowling Spark. Hoping for the 2-spike, and that's a very clean 2-spike. Waldo has no supers. It's going to be really interesting to see what strat Waldo uses, because there's one of the strats that we really like to see is 2 missiles, and then a charge shot. And if you can do a 1+1 Doppler in round 3, that'll set you up for a relatively straightforward beginner 3 round. That is definitely what we did when we were first starting, and sets you up for a really easy 4 round. So Waldo unfortunately shot the second missile too late, so it makes Phantoon disappear, because it treated the second missile that Waldo fought in the second volley. Rossu escaping from the Rossu can jump over the moat, but doesn't look like he has enough speed to get a moat ball, unfortunately. Yes, and Waldo is going for the two missile charge shot strat. Rossu going for the double crab farm. That is a safety farm. We timed it out, and the second crab farm there is actually one of the least efficient farms between in the entire Norfair to Meridia segment. Rossu going to be at full supers going into bot wound. Unfortunately getting eaten by a Vile Plume again. Just barely manages to avoid getting double eaten. And Waldo with a very clean Phantoon finish. Waldo has tons and tons of health left. Norfair to Meridia segment. From the time that you leave Norfair with Speed Booster to the time that you go into Meridia, where Rossu is about to go. So both of these runners have been putting on an amazing show, so make sure that you follow these runners. Waldo coming up for a second super pack. It is a bit of a... It's an interesting way to... The reason why we segmented it like that is because any health that you lose in that entire segment will follow you all the way to bot wound. You typically have close to full health coming out of Norfair. And then any health that you lose after that will just follow you all the way to bot wound. So that is the reason for segmenting it like that. Oh, unfortunate. So unfortunately, the Key Hunter is on a global timer, and the Key Hunter just got out of the way of Waldo, so it didn't get hit. Rossu with a beautiful, beautiful bot wound X Factor. Oh, unfortunately, just misses the one round. Unfortunately, just misses the one round, but gets a very nice 2 round. And gets out of here with a power bomb. Gets out of here with a nice power bomb, with nice power bomb count, and gets a second super. So Rossu is set for ammo for Dragon. Let's see. We think that Rossu goes for the halfie. It looks like Rossu is definitely setting up for the halfie. Wow! 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 We are so impressed. We are so impressed. Rossu was going for the full halfie there. Rossu was going for the full halfie there. We are so impressed that Rossu was going for that. If he was just going for the halfie, he would not have gone for the down grab at the top. But he was definitely going for a down grab and missed it. We're super impressed that Rossu is going for that at all. We wonder if Rossu is still on sub 50 pace. Because Rossu is still having a super solid run. Waldo making his way to Meridia. Oh no, that group's just gonna get in the way. Rossu opting not to go for a swoop spark. Unfortunately, Rossu doesn't have any ammo to do anything here. Oh, unfortunately, goop sparking there. That has to be really close. Okay, so Rossu is really low health right now. 2 hits from Dragon would kill. So Rossu is probably just gonna finish it up with charge shots. Rossu is going for a spark. Okay, Rossu just barely manages to avoid that last Dragon hit. Rossu with the spike suit! Rossu gets a spike suit. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Wow, that was so good. That was just a super solid first try spike suit. Rossu is going for everything this run. Rossu is just really, really going for it. This is amazing to watch. So Waldo is now at okay, so Waldo might be one hittable from bot wound if Waldo just go for the. Okay, Waldo cannot do a Mount Everest spark. Waldo's gonna have to farm some crabs there, unless Waldo knows the backup. Waldo is probably gonna have to farm some crabs in Mount Everest. Waldo's going for. Okay, for a second we thought that Waldo was just gonna go for a spark. Unfortunately, the crab's not giving Waldo what he needs, so Waldo's actually gonna reset the room and try and farm again. This is very smart on Waldo's part. It is much better to do this than to die. Rossu's health is not particularly great after that. Given that it's a race setting, we would expect Rossu to just go and take the southern route to Lower Norfair and take the Nutella refill. So, Waldo is heading into Aqueduct now. Waldo has about 90 HP. That's definitely at risk of being health bombed by bot wound. If Waldo takes 2 hits from bot wound, then Waldo is going to be health bombed. But we don't think that Waldo is at much risk of dying to bot wound. So Rossu has good ammo and health here. It's going to be interesting to see whether Rossu decides to take the Nutella refill. We're expecting him to, but Rossu's been going for a lot of stuff this run, so possibly he just doesn't. Okay, so once bot wound is at less than half HP, or maybe exactly half HP, bot wound will only. Waldo has a safe spot, so Waldo just has a safe spot. So Waldo is at absolutely no risk of dying. Nope, Rossu is not on sub 50 pace. We think Rossu had mostly lost sub 50 pace by a Dragon, but after the Dragon fight, the sub 50 pace was definitely dead. So it'll be interesting to see if Waldo decides to farm here. Unless you can spark Dragon really consistently, it's not a bad idea to just. It's not a bad idea at all to just farm up to full supers. That makes a much safer Dragon fight. Yep, and Waldo going for the farm. That is a very safe and recommended strat. Oh, Waldo's not going for the farm. And Waldo's going for Speed Echo, so it looks like Waldo's gonna go for the Happy. Sand physics are the absolute worst. Rossu with a beautiful Mach Ball out. Rossu's just getting everything here. Yep, and Rossu is going to take Southern Route and probably the Nutella refill. Suitless Meridia Sand is the absolute worst. Most players just consider falling into falling into certain sand pits in Meridia to just be a soft block. Waldo's starting his Dragon. It's gonna take 20 charge shots to kill Dragon, and each frame of Shine Spark will count as half a charge shot. Oh, wow, those are really good sparks from Waldo. Chronic boost, chronic boost, chronic boost. No, unfortunately, just off, just short. Just short. The chronic boost is one of those really swag strats that's surprisingly difficult. Waldo has just been nailing his spark charges in Dragon against Dragon. Oh, unfortunate. That was such a good spark charge. That last charge at the end, that was done super fast, under a lot of time pressure, with a short distance. That was not an easy last spark charge at all. Rossu, using pirate hitbox manipulation. Oh, unfortunately falling. Getting up the worst room without it. Killing the last pirate at the top. That's a very nice safety strat. That's a very nice safety strat. One of the things that you're seeing in this tournament is a lot of safety strats, and a lot of the safety strats are really good ideas, because it's really important to actually finish runs. See, Rossu gets 2 of the key hunters. That's going to be a lot of nice lag reduction. This tournament is just absolutely wonderful to watch. So many prodigies around everywhere. Oh, Rossu going for the mock ball in Wasteland. Rossu's just going for everything in this run. Rossu went for the double Coggo as well. Rossu is really just going for everything. Rossu going for the sparks. Unfortunately misses the spark, but gonna do a very nice plasma shot backup. Let's see if Rossu's gonna go for Powerhouse. Oh, he gets the setup, but then he bumps into a Holtz. Very unfortunate. Waldo is coming on Plasma, so Plasma room is one of the most awkward rooms to optimize. It's just really tricky. So Rossu is going for a race safety strat of farming before Ridley, which is actually a good idea. Rossu is very much so playing to win, and at this point Rossu has lost his chances of a PB. So farming here is very smart. And Rossu is going to be heading into Ridley soon. Ridley is probably the hardest boss to optimize. Most of the other bosses have strats that kill them all the other bosses have strats that kill them very quickly, but Ridley is just very hard to just hit consistently over and over. And absolutely beautiful. We would say that for an intermediate Super Metroid runner, that Dragon and Phantoon are actually harder bosses. Dragon, Phantoon, and Kraid are all bosses where there's a strat where you either get it or you don't. And if you don't, you lose a lot of time. Whereas Ridley has a much gentler curve where messing up Ridley is not too much slower than nailing Ridley. So Rossu's farm very much so paying off, and Rossu surviving because of the farm. Rossu very smartly getting a safety tank. That'll give Rossu tons and tons of health to get out of LN. Getting out of LN is always terrifying. Waldo already has ice, so it's just gonna run straight to Ridley. Or it's just gonna run straight to LN. Oh, Rossu almost with a reverse powerhouse. We have been so impressed at Rossu just going for everything. Even if he's missing half of it, he's going for it. And that is the way to get better times. By just Rossu is very much so running for a 49 for a sub 50. Running for a 48. Even though he's gonna need more work to get there, he absolutely has the right mindset for it. Beautifully clipping through two of the key hunters. Let's see what Rossu decides to do for Three Musketeers. Jack came up with this absolutely gorgeous strat where you kill all three of them with only 2 charge shots. That's only slightly slower than taking damage from them, and you save 50 health and get 3 farms, so it's just way more consistent. And it makes the terrifying room much safer. Yes, both of them are going for KPDR. Oh, Waldo unfortunately placing the first power bomb a bit too far to the left. Is going to have to... Oh, that looked like Ross is going for the farm. Yeah, he's gonna have to use some regular bombs. Waldo's health is actually getting a bit scary right now. Okay, so Waldo's gonna take a super safe worst run. Super safe. And that's a very smart decision. You'd never want to die in a race setting. Even freezes the Nami Hay to avoid getting shot. Meanwhile, Rossu is heading towards G4. There's so many... That save room strat from Rossu, rather than, So Rossu, rather than trying to do any of the other strats that runners normally do, Rossu actually did a space jump inside of the save room. We have never seen that before, and it's absolutely brilliant. We had never even thought about doing that. Rossu's creating new tech here. Or at least tech that we haven't seen before. Waldo. So Waldo decided not to get Firefly. So we're expecting Waldo to farm up before Ridley. Oh, Rossu, why? Why? You killed the antinomy fish. Rossu killing the invalidation fish. Looks like Waldo has the advantage now. Wait, ooh, Waldo did not farm before Ridley. Waldo did not farm before Ridley. Killing it with Spazer, that is wonderful. So Rossu making his way straight into G4. Going for a very nice strat, in Terminator. The strat there is you just spin jump, and then you just spin jump, and then you just shoot as soon as you land. It's a little bit slower than the mock ball, especially because of the door transition, but it's a very, very, very safe and consistent strat. Ridley, please! Ridley, please! Let Waldo live! Let Waldo live! Let Waldo live! Ridley, please! Ridley, please! Oh, Ridley, no! Poor Waldo. Let's... And it looks like Waldo, unfortunately, has forfeited. Wow! Wow, 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 wow. And while we do that, we look back at Rossu's screen, and Rossu successfully gets a diagonal bomb jump. That is not an easy tech to get at all. Poor Waldo. We really hope that Waldo managed... Best of luck to Waldo in the next round. Ridley is a really trolly boss. Can always kill you. So purely out of curiosity, we decided to look at... It looks like Rossu got a gold... Rossu just got a gold split on the way to G4. Unfortunately, Rossu is plus 230, so there's no chance of a PB, but Rossu got a gold on the way to G4, and that is awesome. A 0.4 second gold on the way to G4. So huge congratulations to Rossu for that. So Rossu is down 1 super. So it's gonna be interesting to see if this is fine, but it does mean that he can't miss a single super, which is a much more precarious situation. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if he goes for any safety strat, because in the race setting, after your opponent has died and forfeited, is a very good time to go for a safety strat. Rossu can use regular missiles on the first red door, and by doing that can refill missiles. Safety save before Mother Brain 1. The better option is just do exactly this and then refill, and that'll give you the equivalent of full ammo. So yeah, you can do that, but that takes a lot more time. So right now he can miss 500 damage worth, so 3 supers and 2 missiles, or 5 missiles. He can miss some too. So doing a zeb skip setup from below. That's actually really interesting. That looks like it was a good setup for a damage-less zeb skip. Turret is nowhere in sight. Flawless Mother Brain 1. So all Rossu has to do is not lose 174 health, 274 health in Mother Brain 2. 20 shots will do it. Mother Brain so far being really gentle with patterns. Hopefully that will continue. And Rossu successfully taken down Mother Brain 2. And And now, get your baby thumps out in chat for one of the saddest moments in video game history. Oh no, there's no baby thump chat emotes. No, he wasn't trying to set up stand up. You need at least 70 E-tanks to do stand up. So he definitely wasn't trying to set up stand up. He was just mashing the jump button. So very soon we will have Rossu doing his Mother Brain 3 fight. We do not know if Rossu goes for the noob corner, or whether Rossu goes for a 3 or 4 shot per round attempt technique. Given how much Rossu has been going for, it would not surprise us at all if Rossu just goes for the same 4 jump technique that the world record uses. Because Rossu has really been going for techs this run. Rossu, as soon as he can get a single good run and just chain it all together. Yeah, Rossu's just going for it. Rossu's actually going for a tech which is probably a little bit faster and also harder than the world record, so huge props to Rossu for just going for everything. Rossu was a little bit closer to Mother Brain than Behemoth normally is. One good shot into Mother Brain's head for good measure. And Rossu has decided to blow up the planet. Kraid first. As far as we're aware, everybody but John. Yes, he will definitely finish under 1 hour. The escape is about 70 or 80 seconds. If you don't save the animals, and plus another 30 seconds if you do. And we wouldn't expect to see many Fantoons firsts in this tournament, because normally people don't start Fantoon first until they have a time that's well under the time that would disqualify them from the tournament. And so the last decision, are we gonna see Rossu save the animals? We are not gonna see Rossu save the animals. So GG to Rossu, finishing in first place with an official SRL race time of 53:27. And we're gonna see whether we can get Rossu in for an interview. GG's to Rossu.
GG, thank you.
So, what's that series time that you got us PV?
46 something. Like low 46.
You have a 46 series?
Yes. Like
we did not realize that. That is amazing.
07 or something like that. I can't remember. But I've been averaging like mid 45s lately.
That is really impressive.
Thank you. I found out that the secret is not the tile room, but it is actually the stairs room. If you can get through that pretty quickly, I just hope to find a tile dropping. And I learned this from Zenny, and he told me that if there's a late tile, it's probably better to just run through. I think in
Yeah,
this
that
case I
tile
haven't.
boost.
Mhm.
mm,
Um,
That tile boost really, really impressed us.
oh, thank you. Yeah, I saw it like in the middle ish, and I thought I could go for it. So if it was a late tile, I probably wouldn't. But yeah, a lot of practice, and I kind of wanted to start off on a good note here by attempting all the hard things that I can, just to gauge how consistent or successful I am at doing it in a race setting. So
Yeah, all the stuff that you went for really impressed us. Especially going for the full halfie was one of the things that impressed us most. Even though you missed the down grab, it
I
really, really impressed us that you were going for it.
yeah, I was maybe like a pixel too low or something because it looked like a good down grab, and when I tried to do it, I was like, oh, well, okay. And I've done full halfies just a few times, but never in a run. So hopefully I can pull that off here in this tournament.
But you're going for it anyway, and that is a mindset that will get you the sub 50.
Yeah, well, I I don't know. I feel like in order for someone to get consistent at difficult things, that they have to keep doing it no matter what the situation is. Obviously, if it doesn't kill you, then keep trying it, and then eventually you'll get consistent at it.
And that is a wonderful mindset.
So I applied that to this run to almost everything. There was one thing that I don't normally do, and it's the Slotus refill. No, Nutella refill. I don't usually do that because once again, I I want to get to the point where I want to finish runs with just 3 E tanks. So having 200 something health there, I don't even know if you go south route with 3 E tanks. So having having low health going into Lorne Warfare is something that I want to get comfortable with.
Yeah, that is an amazing mindset, and that's going to help you improve. Normally, southern route versus northern route is purely a preference thing.
I see. Okay.
Um, QDZ and QDZ and Jack all go for northern route, which is what made us switch to northern route.
Okay. Do new route? No, no thanks. I'm just now learning how to do horizontal bomb jump. Maybe.
Yeah, we saw that
Maybe.
during G4.
Yeah, I had nothing better to do, so do a little bit of practice. Maybe 5 years from now, John, I might do it. But no. Overall, I felt like I had a good time.
What
Two
is there
two and
any
a half
part of the run
minutes.
that you were most happy about?
Um, huh. Killing the fish. Yeah,
next time next time you need to pick up Spazer to kill the fish with just Spazer.
I might do that next time. We'll see. No, I got an X. I was happy about getting the X Factor on Fantoon, even though it was not the proper setup for it. I
Oh
kind of
yeah,
improvised.
that one was really close because you ended up doing a turnaround while you were charging.
Yeah, I was really lucky. And I got surprised by the what, right mid, I think it was.
The left mid, second
Left mid.
round.
Yeah, second
That
round
was a
left
rare
mid.
pattern.
Because I was waiting for him to go slow, and then I was like, oh, what the. So I was like, okay, I got shocked there. I wasn't expecting it at all. What else? I I've had troubles with bot wound lately with my X factors. I only got 3 particles in this race, but getting that 2 round was something that helped me break out of my bot wound issues, and
That was
almost
just
beefed it with Dragon.
Yeah, that ending was scary,
Yeah,
especially when you were charging a spark at the end.
I thought about it. I think there was a goop spark that I did that just ruined the whole thing. But it Dragon and Botwoon are my worst. Is my worst segment in this entire run. So I need more practice there, and I got a spike suit. I couldn't even use it all the way because I didn't have enough health. Um, so, but that I mean, overall, I was pretty happy with the run.
Yeah, you put on an amazing run, and both of these runners put in an amazing run. So make sure to give them a follow.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for commentating. It's
Thank you for the amazing race. Any
yeah.
last words before we sign off?
No, I just want to thank everyone for setting this up, and thanks to the commentators, Reyes, thank you, and Speed Gaming.
Yep. Huge thank you to Speed Gaming, and huge thank you to everybody who showed up to watch this. We will see you all next mission.